Hey folks, Big Dre coming at you from my home here in Orlando, Florida, and I am excited today. And the reason I'm excited is because today we are going to answer the age-old debate. Now, this is the number one question that we get in this forex space, and it is a raging debate. But I am going to answer it for you today. What's the question, folks? Should I pay to learn forex, or should I be a graduate of YouTube University? Now, before we get into it, folks, and I am excited about giving you my perspective on this answer. And again, it is just my perspective. But if you like the content that we put out, if you like this type of video where we're focusing on financial literacy, where we're focusing on educating you around forex, cryptocurrency, and entrepreneurship, please go ahead and give us a like and subscribe. We are definitely looking to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. We're closing in on 100 right now, and we're really excited about that. So if you get some value out of this, and this is helpful for you, if you're looking now to decide to take this forex journey and you're deciding what to do, then we'd love to have you come on with the journey of us on this page and on this YouTube channel. So again, folks, let's dive right in. Let's talk about it. Now, the irony is that this video is actually being posted and uploaded on YouTube. So you would think that my answer would be what? That YouTube University would be the way to go. But in fact, folks, it's not. I humbly submit to you that it's not. I chose, when I entered this space, and I want to be careful here, I chose when I entered this space to actually pay for my education. And what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I chose to do that, and probably throw in a bonus reason at the end. All right. So these are the reasons why I believe that it is much better to pay for your education rather than to just go on YouTube and try to figure out how to trade forex or cryptocurrency, for that matter, on your own. All right. So let's go ahead and take a deep dive into this. And we're going to go ahead, and I'm actually going to share my screen a little bit. And I will share with you and be open and honest, of course, that I am a member of I Am Mastery Academy, which is an academy that teaches people how to trade the foreign exchange market. It is, after doing some research, it is the academy that I decided would provide the most value for me. And it was also the academy that I felt would sort of shortcut the process so that I could learn as quickly as possible. No one wants to be in these streets trying to figure this thing out for years. I felt like, y'all saw that, I almost caught a cramp. All right, that's what happens when you're in your mid-40s. You can catch a cramp just sitting down. But anyway, no one wants to be on these streets trying to figure this thing out for years and years and years and years. So what I decided to do was I decided to shortcut that process and go to an academy. Now, one of the reasons why I love the academy is that the academy is taking on the responsibility to vet its educators, right? So I know now that the academy has vetted the educators. I know that the people who are teaching me actually have had success and results in this market. So that for me was very, very important. I learned a long time ago from one of my great mentors, Errol Webley, that one thing that you want to do is be a good fruit inspector. And so the academy has already inspected the fruit, made sure that the educators are actually who they are, say they are, and that they have accomplished something in this market. Now, the good thing is that I know you're like, Dre, you're on YouTube, you're teaching Forex. Well, I'm teaching the very, very basics of Forex, right? Like, the very basics, how to draw a trend line, stuff like that, right? Like just to get you guys introduced into this financial literacy space so that you guys can then take it to the next level. But when we're talking about going to the next level and being master traders, mastering this skill set and mastering trading and being able to trade full time for a living or making 7 figures or something like that, then you want to be able to go and get that information from people who are proven and vetted. And so that's one of the reasons why I love this academy, because they actually have done that for me. Okay. The other thing, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen real quick. And one of the other things I love about the academy is that when I come in here and I actually click on the academies, right, depending on whatever academy I'm in, what I love about it is that it actually, let's go here. When I click on the Academy, it actually has these videos here. And what I like about the videos is that now what I get, and I'm not going to go through the videos here, but I get an actual comprehensive course. I get a guided, structured course. It's organized, it's curated. In other words, I don't have to try to go in and I don't have to try to piece it out. This literally goes step by step and walks you through brick by brick as if you knew nothing, right? You're starting with nothing, and then it builds upon that, and it gives you the jargon, it gives you the language, it gives you the definition, it gives you the concept, it teaches you the basics in an organized, structured way. And when you're trying to do that on YouTube, you have to find a video here and a video here, and you have to try to figure it out all on your own, right? And try to figure out, is this the right way to learn this? Is this the structured way? And some people have succeeded wildly at doing that, but that wasn't for me. We're talking about for me, right? And so I like the idea of having all the stuff here in videos that I could watch and watch and watch over until it got through this big, thick, bald skull of mine, right? Until I could understand it, until I knew what I was sort of talking about, until I could understand, more importantly, what other people were talking about in the market, so that it wasn't just all of a sudden these fancy words and all this other stuff, but that the mist kind of got kind of cleared out and I could see an actual picture of what was going on. So that was important to me, and I enjoyed that about the Academy, and I still do. The other thing that I love, I'm gonna go ahead and go back here as well, is that you have this right here. This is the other important reason for me, is that we actually have timely info. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, on YouTube, when we're watching some of the videos on YouTube, what happens is that the video, even if it's a great crafted video in this space, oftentimes the videos from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 9 years ago, right? And we don't even know oftentimes if the person who uploaded the video is even going to respond to a comment. They might not, they might have so many videos uploaded that it might take them a while. It might take them a day, a month, a year, a week, whatever, to get back to you on a comment about a particular video, or it's analyzing the market previously from years ago and the market changes and fluctuates. So what I like about having an academy is that I actually have professors or educators, if you will, that I can go in and I can actually click on and I can go on a live section. So let's go on here, forex. So right now, you see here, this gives me like a cornucopia, right? Like a TV guide almost of all kinds of different educators, times of the day, etc. So when the market is open, there's usually someone here educating, which means that I can go in and I can ask a question about today's market, today's moment, and today's time, and I can get feedback. I can get some analysis on the market as it's happening live from a live educator who's been vetted to have already had success and to be able to teach other people how to succeed in the market, right? And so that part right there is a huge, huge advantage when we're trying to shorten this learning curve to be able to succeed in the market. The other reason why I liked this academy when I began to investigate is I also liked the fact that they had some strategies for us, right? So these were strategies that had proven to have some success. These were strategies that we could begin to follow ourselves, and they had them based off the different academies where we could jump in and we can use these strategies. Now, what I love about the strategies is that some of the strategies are incredibly simple, right? They're not difficult to follow. You can learn them, but more importantly, not only does the educator teach you the strategy, but then they give you some software or apps or something of that nature in order for you to follow and use and leverage when you're actually away from the educator. And some of these are just as easy as a down arrow, an up arrow. There's a little more to it than that, but at least it's giving you a strategy. It's giving you something to follow. So obviously they've created software and algorithms around the strategy that you're learning. So when you're away from the educator, these algorithms mimic that strategy and give you some concept of what you should be doing in the market. So I love that about this particular academy as well, right? And so to be able to have that in place so that when I am away from an educator, I have options is absolutely incredible. Now, one last thing I wanted to focus on real quick is that when I go back to my live analysis, and also in terms of when I'm talking about academies and being able to get a lot of information, when I go back here to this live analysis, the other thing that I love is that if I come down here, even if I did miss a session, like for instance, this particular educator teaches about altcoins, right? And so if I miss the session, I don't have to worry because now all of these things are available to me. They're all recorded. They also put it here as favorite sessions and stuff. So I can actually come back in here and I can actually get on a session. And especially for someone like this who's talking to me about altcoins and what's going on in that space, if there's recommendations, if there's things, even if I didn't catch it live, I can still get back in and I can actually go into my wallets and make those purchases and actually increase my wealth while I'm learning the process, right? So that's a really important point for me. And lastly is that part right there. I can increase my wealth while I'm learning. See, when we're on with those educators, the good thing about this is that there's an earn while you learn aspect. An earn while you learn aspect. So that point for me was also important. Again, I wanted to be able to get into the markets. I wanted to be able to learn. I wanted to try to get profitable as quickly as possible. And I wanted to be able to earn some income. And to be able to do that and offset your tuition from just learning, from just earning an income, from being able to copy and paste other people while they're trading. They can offer a trade idea. And what I like about that part is they actually are analyzing the trade right in front of you. So you have the choice whether or not you want to participate. You might still be brand new, but you might not agree with the analysis or whatever, and you don't have to take the trade ideas that are put forth. And so I really love that. So I can actually get in there, the educator saying, because of this reason and this reason and this reason and this reason, I'm going to go ahead and take a trade with my own money right in front of you guys. If you guys want to copy that trade, you absolutely can, right? And so this gives me the ability, unlike traditional college, right, which, believe it or not, for someone who actually owned a business where I used to lecture in colleges and universities, I'm fully aware of the college system and how it needs to be reformed. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But I just like the idea to be able to earn income right away. So that's my 5 points: verified sources, organized curriculum, timely info, access to strategies, and the ability to earn while you learn. Now let's real quick talk about that bonus reason, number 6. And what we're talking about there is the actual cost of education, because most of us have been taught to go to school and get a good education so that we can get a good job or even own a business or even create a good life, whatever it is, right? And so what I also appreciated about this academy, if I'm going to be honest with you, from someone who was in the education space, from someone who used to speak at colleges and universities across the country as a guest speaker, is that the cost of the academy was like $3,300 a year, right? $275 a month. And so I was like, this is crazy, because I realized that that was actually less than community college. Now, I'm not knocking community college. I'm not knocking anybody. So if you ever see this video, this is not shots fired at community college, but we all know that a community college degree does not transfer necessarily to a great ROI in terms of professional development, in terms of financial success, etc. It doesn't necessarily translate to that, right? And so the other thing is, I realized a couple other things, and let me just go ahead and pull it for you here, is that the average cost of community college was $4,918 per year. That's if you're an in-state student, but $4,918 per year, okay? And here's the thing, you can't earn with your degree until you've actually got the degree. Now, check this out. Most students, as a matter of fact, only 13% of community college students graduate in 2 years. 22% graduate in 3 years, and 28% graduate in 4 years. The majority of students don't graduate at all. So it's wasted money. Colleges know this, right? And so if you look at $4,918 per year, that's $19,000 to get an associate's degree. That's what most people are paying to get their associate's degree, because more than likely, based on statistics, you're on the 4-year plan. Okay. And so when you look at that $19,000, and I can't even earn with my degree until I complete the degree program, versus I can pay and I can actually literally put in a trade the next day, right? I can literally become profitable within my first week, my first month, and I can actually start earning income through this site. Now, technically on YouTube, you could do the same thing. You could take the information that you're learning and you can go in the market and you could try to trade on your own without the help of an educator helping you. You can do that, but that's not what I felt was the best option for me to get success as quick as possible. Right? I wanted to have the mentorship. I wanted to have the guidance to be able to do it. In terms of 4-year schools, only 60% of all college students graduate within 6 years. Now, the average cost, I believe, was $37,250. The average cost right now for college per year is 30,000. Let me look at it. It's 35,000, excuse me, $720. When you take that out over 6 years, it's $214,000 in order for you to get the associate's, get the bachelor's degree. Now, the other thing that it says, though, is that taking into account student loan interest and loss of income, the ultimate cost of a bachelor's degree will more than likely exceed well over $400,000. $400,000. Now, this is coming from educationdata.org. This is not just me making this up. And so when I looked at that and I offset the cost versus what we have here and the ability to earn income right away, and I don't have to go into debt to get the education, I don't take out loans to get the education. And then finally, they had a scholarship program that was really super ridiculously easy to qualify for, where literally anybody who even makes an effort can qualify for their scholarship program. I felt like this was the best way to go. Now, this is the place that I chose to learn. There's other options out there for other people, but I'm just giving you what my experience is from my research and from what I felt was the best option to learn how to trade. Okay. And so when we talk about, and I compared the two, and I just looked at it honestly, this is before I kind of got started in this space. When I looked at it honestly, I said, if I'm going to go this YouTube route, I'm going to have to do a lot of guessing. I'll have to try to figure it out on my own. There's no guarantee. I don't know who I'm learning from. I don't. And then I came over here and I said, I got vetted sources. I got a structured curriculum. I got strategies to use. I got live market analysis from live professors. For me, this was absolutely a no-brainer. So I hope that gives you guys and sheds some light into the issue of whether or not you should pay for your Forex education or whether or not you should go to YouTube University. I 100% believe that you should pay for your education. I believe it's a faster way to learn. It's a faster way to get profitable. And that's just my experience. I hope this provided some value for you guys. And ain't it great, folks? We'll see you soon.